Do you often feel reserved and nervous in social situations, maybe preferring not to draw any more attention to yourself than is necessary? Think about how that holds you back from living the kind of life that you would really like to live. People who are confident and have healthy levels of self-esteem tend to be more favorably viewed by others and are often seen as being competent at whatever they do. When you feel confident, you tend to be more assertive and willing to ask for what you really want, which is how new doors can be opened and opportunities become available to you. This can lead to greater success in your career and finances, as well as your ability to build and strengthen new relationships. In spite of what you may believe, confidence is not something that you are either born with or you're not. It's very useful to think of confidence as a skill, because I believe that is much closer to the truth. Even if you have had experiences in your life that left you feeling rather foolish or insecure, confidence and self-esteem can still indeed be gained and developed to the point where you are more willing and even eager to engage with others in positive and constructive ways. In this video, I want to talk to you about some of the most helpful things that you can start doing right away to genuinely feel more confident in any social situation, which could dramatically improve your chances of achieving favorable outcomes for your relationship, finances, and overall life satisfaction. I'm going to give you 3 of the most powerful tips that I know for building up your confidence, so listen closely and take what works for you. Perhaps the most powerful thing that you can do in any social situation that will not only make you appear more confident, but can also greatly improve your ability to influence others is to simply practice active listening when others are speaking. Active listening means that you are not just hearing the words that others are saying, but that you are actually processing the meaning of those words in real time and staying sincerely curious about what they are actually telling you. Many times, we listen to others with the intention of sharing something that we want to tell them, which was prompted by whatever it was that they just said. But if you think about it, this is really more of a self-centered focus to come from. When you show people that you are actually listening to them by reflecting their own words back to them and asking questions that show that you are genuinely interested, they now instinctively want to give you more of their attention, and this greatly also improves the odds that they are going to perceive of you as being likable. If you start doing this more of the time, you will really be amazed at how well people take to you and how willing they are to open up to you and reveal more of themselves. I consider this a confidence building tool because it shows you just how easy it can be to relate to others and just to go with the flow of a conversation without having to feel self-conscious or insecure. When you are simply listening intently to what another person is telling you, it takes a lot of the pressure off of you because you're making the focus about them and not about you anymore. And being that this is also actually a strong influence technique, I definitely want to strongly advise you not to ever use this to deliberately manipulate other people to get them to do things that are really not in their best interest to do. If done with good intentions, you might be really impressed by how well this one skill can help you form new connections very rapidly, as well as strengthen and deepen the ones that you already have in your life. The next tip I have for you for being more confident in any social situation is to be very mindful of your body language. So many people live exclusively in their heads without ever realizing that the mind is the body and the body is the mind. Now, I really want to say that one more time. The mind is the body and the body is the mind. But what exactly do I mean by that? What I'm really saying is that our subconscious mind actually dwells within and regulates our physical body. People can pick up so much about us from our body language, posture, and other physiological indicators because it is always such a faithful representation of our innermost unconscious state at any moment. You would do well to always remember that more than 90% of all communication is said to be nonverbal, meaning that it's conveyed without words. It is important to note too that various states of mind that we experience literally have a corresponding physiological state, meaning that they have a characteristic breathing rate, posture, facial expressions, skin tone, and so on. That means that the body language and physiological indicators of a person who feels awkward and insecure will look far, far different to somebody who is just brimming with effortless confidence, but I think that should be pretty obvious to just about anyone. The real secret here is that you can reverse the equation and adopt the altered body language in order to influence your mental state. In other words, if you look like a confident person, then you will trick your mind into believing and feeling that you actually are one. And there are a few really simple things that you can do to put this into practice. Number 1, stop slouching and hunching your shoulders forward with your head hanging down. That displays a very closed and defensive looking orientation that does not convey a willingness to embrace the world before you. Instead, stand up straight with your head fully upright, your chest just a little bit out, and your shoulders relaxed and slightly rolled back behind you. As often as you can remember too, slow down and deepen your breathing to relax your heart rate and to calm your nervous system. When you speak to people, look them directly in the eyes, even if it feels uncomfortable, and give a little smile that shows friendliness and makes them feel more comfortable around you. When you do all of these things, you will literally start to feel more confident because your mind actually does take cues from your body. In this way, you can establish a feedback loop with your body influencing the mind and the mind influencing the body until you really start to embody the feeling of confidence and have it become much more natural to you. A final tip that I want to give you here is to make the time to cultivate your own interests, hobbies, and talents. If you think about it, people who know a lot about a certain topic are generally the most interesting people to listen to. As you become an expert in any area that really excites you, you will have more interesting things to talk about and a certain perspective that is anything but ordinary. This shows others that you have depth and are someone worth listening to because of all the time that you have taken to explore and learn things that most others haven't. Most importantly, it will allow you to feel more confident because when you develop confidence in any chosen endeavor, it naturally builds up your perceived sense of self-worth. The more success and mastery that you achieve, the better you will start to feel about yourself and the more robust of a belief that you will begin to develop in your own capabilities. Cultivating your own interests and talents is also great because it helps you to discover who you really are on a deeper level and what is actually most meaningful to you. It helps you to form a healthy sense of identity, which involves the things that you love to do. Having that clear sense of identity will enable you to express yourself more fully and authentically in a variety of situations, which again generally serves to reinforce your sense of self-esteem. And on top of all of that, doing things that you really enjoy doing and are passionate about can be a great way to relieve stress and improve your mental health. It can also allow for the possibility of connecting with others who have similar interests, and can even lead to positive recognition if you can be so bold and vulnerable enough to share your talents with the wider world. So that's going to be it for this one, but I really hope you found this helpful, and please be sure to give the video a like and subscribe to this channel if you did. And if you are looking for a quicker way to reprogram yourself for massive confidence so that you can start taking bold and decisive actions that will lead to more abundance and success in your life, be sure to click the link in the description of this video to learn a little bit more about what I do and how I can help you. Thanks again for watching, everyone.